Ines de Ramon and Brad Pitt's relationship has some glaring red flags. We've noticed some serious red flags in Ines de Ramon and Brad Pitt's relationship. One that we just can't help but focus on? Their glaring age gap. Though several celebs have rightfully forced us to confront our fixation with age gap relationships, there are around 26 years between the A-list actor and the jewelry expert, and it's hard to imagine that won't have an impact on their romance. As Gina Marie Guarino, a licensed mental health counselor and founder of PsychPoint, told Psych Central, the bigger the gap between partners, the more likely the relationship will struggle with phase-of-life-related challenges. A 2017 study found that married, heterosexual couples with an age difference of 7 years or more are likely to be the most dissatisfied in their relationships, and de Ramon and Pitt's gap goes far beyond that threshold. The reason for this could be attributed to a range of factors, from a couple finding they're in contrasting life stages to having different experience levels, interests, or opinions that make it harder to relate to each other. Of course, de Ramon and Pitt could make it through the trials and tribulations of an age gap romance if they're committed to strong communication and setting clear boundaries. But, unfortunately, it's not the only red flag they'll have to navigate. Though having a marriage in your past before finding the one isn't necessarily a red flag, it can be a little eyebrow-raising if someone has had multiple weddings. While de Ramon was married to Paul Wesley, yes, The Vampire Diaries, Paul Wesley, from 2019 until 2022, Pitt was famously wed to Jennifer Aniston from 2000-2005 and Angelina Jolie from 2014 until 2024, though they split in 2016. Although there are perfectly legitimate reasons for ending a marriage, someone who repeatedly finds themselves at the end of a wedding aisle may have deep, personal reasons for tying the knot so many times. In some cases, they may require therapy to better understand the desire to constantly make such a big commitment. It could be that they may have an underlying mental health disorder, personality disorder, or attachment wounds that have left them feeling vulnerable, so they tend to fall into unhealthy relationship patterns, psychologist Andrea Sarter suggested to Metro. If Pitt has done the internal work to find out why his previous marriages failed and knows how to avoid the same pitfalls, things could work with de Ramon. If he hasn't, that could be a red flag that he's not learning from his past mistakes. Ines de Ramon and Brad Pitt went public with their romance 2 months after she announced her separation. In September 2022, Ines de Ramon confirmed her separation from Paul Wesley after 3 years of marriage. A rep for the star told People, the decision to separate is mutual and occurred 5 months ago. They request privacy at this time. But it was only 2 months after the separation was announced that de Ramon was first spotted with Brad Pitt. A source told People they have been dating for a few months, with another claiming it's not an exclusive relationship. But the timing is potentially concerning, as de Ramon didn't have much time to take stock of the demise of her marriage. Though there's no standard formula for getting back into the dating game, it is less about the amount of time that has passed and more about how much of the grieving and healing process you have worked through, dating and relationship coach Nicole Haley exclusively tells Women.com while sharing her best tips for getting back into dating after divorce. A few months isn't long to heal or get to know herself as a single woman again. As Janine Lee, author of Beyond Divorce, told Online Divorce, dating before you've completed the emotional business around your past relationship almost guarantees that you will choose the same kind of person you just left. If de Ramon truly felt ready and in a healthy enough place mentally to get back out there, moving on quickly may not be a problem. However, if her romance with Pitt started as a rebound or she has unresolved feelings from her marriage, that could cause issues down the line. He's been accused of cheating multiple times. Though Brad Pitt hasn't publicly confirmed he's been unfaithful, it's hard to ignore the multiple cheating allegations against him. A source claimed to Page 6 that Pitt supposedly had a wandering eye during his marriage to Angelina Jolie, purporting Jolie hired a private eye because she felt that he was fooling around on the set, and it turns out he was. And that was the final straw. Of course, there was also speculation about how his relationship with Jolie first began, as they met during the filming of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, while he was still married to Jennifer Aniston. Aniston's close friend and Friends co-star Courtney Cox spoke about the affair rumors to Vanity Fair, stating, "I don't think Pitt started an affair physically, but I think he was attracted to Jolie. There was a connection, and he was honest about that with Jen. It was an attraction that he fought for a period of time." Though Pitt hasn't been publicly accused of stepping out on Ines de Ramon, if there's any truth to the past cheating rumors, it's no green flag. Callie Hartman, LMFT at Ocean Recovery, exclusively shares advice for trusting someone who has cheated before with us. To ensure de Ramon doesn't develop trust issues with Pitt, using Hartman's advice, The two should discuss his past to understand why he may have cheated. Ask them to share more details, such as when the infidelity occurred, how they responded to it, and what steps have been taken since then to ensure that it won't happen again, Hartman suggests for couples in a similar situations. This can help you gain insight into both their thought processes and actions regarding the cheating behavior.